Hey there! Today's video is about reinventing ourselves. I'm Diana Garcia, and if you've seen any of my videos, they're fun. They're for our daughters. They are really things that I like to share that I wish others had shared along my journey in life. So I haven't arrived, but I think things can be a lot of fun. For example, I have changed my hair color and my look. So if you've seen anything in any of my platforms, you have seen me with long hair, short hair, red hair, copper hair, um, blonde hair, green hair, and even purple hair. So this is now what is known as dark brown. I am a hairdresser by trade, and I specialize in hair color, and that is hair color whether I was serving for a manufacturer, hair color whether I was serving directly to the customer, a salon, or a coach. So I know a whole lot about hair color and how to read it and formulate it. So I got really good to go into a salon, look inside of their dispensary. Here is the analogy. If the kitchen is the heart of the home, then the dispensary is the heart of a salon. And in that privileged place of inviting and teaching, I would go into the dispensary where I would formulate and transfer their current formula to our product or brand's formula. And then I would take the time to scan and see what was missing in their portfolio, and then I can share ideas. That can happen for us too as individuals. So I have decided for this summer, when I got my wig cut out, I had blonde crochets, and basically that is a wig that is crocheted into my own hair after it had been braided down into a pattern in the way that I wanted to wear my blonde hair. So I had not only hair color, I have fine frizzy hair. I used to have curly hair. Here's the hashtag, tell our daughters. Your hair is going to change. And it's okay. Have fun with it. Again, I used to have medium density, light golden brown with some blonde pieces because of light and sun. And it was curly, and then it was wavy, and then I had children, and then I had hormones, and now it's just thinning. And there's products that I use to help, because I'm not fighting age gracefully. I am fighting the aspects of loss of collagen, change of hormones, gravity, sun damage, gratefully. I am grateful for all of the creatives and entrepreneurs that develop solutions, and I'm willing to share those solutions. So in that reality of my hair is now fine and frizzy, not only did I change my hair color, so I have dark brown at the root area, not only do I utilize heat and cooling with rollers to maintain volume for a few days, and the principles of that, but I also have a keratin. Keratin is new science, newish, and it is not breaking a bond, removing a bond, switching bonds around at all. It actually is adhered to the outer shaft of your hair, and the benefit for that is less frizz, sealed cuticle, lots more shine, and also it helps with styling the hair much quicker. So I went with a deeper root, a color gloss at a level 5. 1 is black and 10 is lightest blonde. So I have at my root area on my level 6 natural canvas a 4. I also did, in losing hair and the density of it, you also lose it in your eyebrows. So I also have a brow lamination, and it's basically a relaxer for the brow. And in that natural state of my brow is very thin, and it ends here. And I shape it so I can create whatever tail I need. But in that brow lamination, it expands and softens my eyebrows to look like I have a little more girth. And I also had my arch expert to tint my brows at a level 4, match my root. So far, as far as my makeup, I have underpainted. And I'm just gonna show a little bit. I startled one of my beauty advisors. She is a specialty beauty advisor serving in the clinic realm of the world in skincare. I told her I like to experiment. I like to invent and reinvent myself. I said I'm taking the approach of makeup the way God took the approach of creating the world. In the beginning was God, and then the Holy Spirit went over the deep and the dark. She started with dark before the light. I said, that's what I'm doing with my makeup. I'm starting with depth and then ending in light. So I already have a first time base with a setting spray, and I'm experimenting because I'm in this battle with my amazing beauty advisors. I'm just powderless because I see it. Maybe I'm not baking correctly. I'm 52 years young. I need makeup to look glowy, dewy. I want vitality. I want how I feel on the inside to be exposed on the outside. And therefore, powder hasn't really worked for me. I don't like in the middle of the day that it cracks. So, in the spirit of dark versus light, I do have a first base that I started with some color correction under the eye, and it's just a soft peach. And now, and I did do a first round of bronzing, and that's just helping to cut the natural jowls that come from a loss of collagen, and that's just life. So I'm just going here, and I'm gonna put a second base, and it feels good. Makeup, half the battle is color match. This is not matching at all. This is adding depth and contour to my face. I do have a large forehead, which I'm not bad at. It's mine. And then the tip of your nose. Here's something else, hashtag tell our daughters. Our teeth shift the rest of our life. I had braces from 9.5 years old. A relationship with my orthodontist to 14 years old. And just to know that my teeth are going to shift. So your teeth shift for the rest of your life. Currently, I have white strips. I'm going to stay on that trajectory. Your nose will grow for the rest of your life. That's why I contour the tip, just kind of shorten it. The other thing is your ears will grow for the rest of your life. And I think it's just funny. You can cry about it or laugh. So these are the natural jowling look from life. And actually people forget there's muscle underneath all of it. Underneath the epidermis, dermis, sebaceous area is muscle. You can do the face yoga. I do a Sashwa stone, and I do red light therapy. Anything. I am fighting, the natural things of aging gratefully. Grateful for people to show up and they experiment, so we can learn from each other. So from there, I have discovered from my girls, I'm looking around for it, a game changer. It's Hourglass. So I'm going to go right into lightening. Anything I put bright is what I want to bring forward. So with the darker eyebrows and the darker hair, I am wanting the eye of the other human looking at me to look up. I have hooded lids now. You can see they rest. And it's also a place where I put some sculpting, some bronzing. I start here because I'm going to blend up and out. So anything that we put in light is to bring forward, up and out. Tip of my nose, just going to emphasize where I want it. These are known as parentheses. And then here's your gel. It's a light makeup day for me. I'm going to go attend a friend's taping. So here we go. And so the brushes that I use, I've purchased the inexpensive items. I'm at this stage in my life where I don't have time for things that are seemingly cost effective, and in the end they cost you more because they're not well made. So I have the Real Beauty Blender. I have, and I adore the IT brushes. They're made better, they last longer, and I don't have to fight on daily with like little hairs on my face. Ick. So there's that other principle. Just because something is cost effective in the beginning, it may cost you more. Some cheap and cheaply made will cost you more. And the most expensive thing that is expounded, or it's not money. We can always make more money. It's time. I just don't have time for mistakes or fighting in the morning if I'm trying to get out because something seemed inexpensive. Yay! So I just kind of lighten and brighten. I'm going to set that. I'm using Professional. And it's a very light mist. And you just don't want droplets on your face. And really, really important, I'm going to draw the rest of my eyebrows. And you've seen this is where it should begin. Highest point of the arch is the dark line around my iris. And then this is where ideally it will end. Sometimes I don't end it there. I am using, again, 4.5. Everything is a number 4. I will go backwards just to fill in what's missing. And so I'm just doing the outline of the eyebrow that I intend to have for the rest of the day. Okay. And then I'm going to go backwards to fill in. And I'll go like this just to see balance. This one's thicker and shorter. And it's okay. You just want to adjust slightly. Don't make them so perfectly the same. Because, what is that wonderful saying? They're sisters, not twins. And sometimes some of us walk around with cousin brows. It's alright. So there's that. I'm going to use a spoolie, a brush, to soften. So that's okay that it's those 2 lines. I'm coming up over, and I'm kind of visually. Gonna end there. This is the underneath. I have more hoodiness, so it tends to droop here. So I will accommodate by that millimeter. So those are the under, and then I'm going to go to the top because I kind of want it thicker. I am newly inspired the 1950s look. Rosie the Riveters. Okay, girls, check her out, Rosie the Riveters. I had tias, Spanish for aunts, who left their farm in Texas and went to California, and because of that, during World War II, to build ships off Long Beach for our soldiers, for our country, to prep us in the World War II battle. And because of my aunt's bravery and being Rosie the Riveters, a lot of family brothers followed them to California. I'm born and raised California and a transplantee of Tennessee. I adore Tennessee. People are surprised. Now, this one here, these are Benefit Brow pencils, which I adore. This is a 3.75, so it's slightly lighter. And this one is, again, I'm art imitating life. And this one's going to finish and refine my brow. Going just a little lighter. I'm checking. And again, inspired by the 1950s. My aunts who were Rosie the Riveters, the era of the time. It was a tough time. Europe was amok. Guess what? We don't learn from our history, we're bound to repeat it. And if you watch any news, we're repeating it. Europe is amok. Middle East is crazy. We're fighting with all of the Asian countries unnecessarily. So, as a grandmother of 7, 1 granddaughter, 6 grandsons, stay ready. You don't have to get ready. So there's the eyebrows. Yay! Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is lashes. So it's a fun, simple day for me. I do like Monsieur Big Lancome. The formula is thicker, the brush is more elaborate. When I pull it out of the tube, I actually clean off the brush a little bit. It's not necessary because the formula is nice and thick for people. They do bad things like putting air in their mascara tube. So I'm just cleaning it off. I got a nice gobby mess right there. And I am wiggling it up. My lashes are okay. I wear artificial lashes for work, so they're brighter and I show up underneath the artificial lights. And I'll probably put 2 coats. And I start on the outside, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Kind of moving it. I know exactly where I want my lashes to go up to. Curl up using the brush, grabbing those lashes, and wiggling the product on. Grabbing the lashes. And this is a narrow tip. And it's really important. I even have it on a vertical not to get my nose. And one more. I'm not done. I will take a clean spoolie, no product, and get this evenly distributed so every hair on my lash is represented. Alright. There's no powder on my face, just creams. The one thing I am going to do that is fun is Do La La by Benefit. It is a tinted moisturizer, but it's not any tinted moisturizer. It is light and glowy, something where I'll mix it in my, see how it's a little glowy? I'll mix it sometimes in the foundation. You can even do it under the foundation. So anywhere where I really want some shine and dewiness. So right up here. And using the warmth of my fingers. Here. Here. And my chin. And I love a dense brush. Tapping, 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 so soft. Beauty just is no beginning, no end. So you do want to blend, blend, blend because you just want it to show up and not show you the line of any demarcation. One of the things that I am experiencing, so I'm trying to find it, is the volume of my lips are changing. So the volume of your lips are changing too, will change. You can do whatever you like. You can choose to use fillers and flip them. And this is Sachet. I really like Sachet. And it is a lip tint. You've seen other videos where I am removing it. So you apply it nice, thin, and thick, let it dry, pull it off, and then I've got lips for lip gloss, and my lips aren't. They're softly defined, and I'm slowing down the disappearing part. Alright. I'm close, and I'm moving because that's where my mirror is. See, I got one. And I am drawing. What is so interesting is doing these videos, I'm very much more aware of how crooked everything is. We aren't symmetrical. It's not common to be symmetrical, and it's okay. It's an illusion. I've got here and here. I'm starting to get the little vertical feather lines. So this is a great tool to combat the vertical lines by staying outline eyelid. Yeah, that's good. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right. So, and then the last thing I'm going to do is I am going to add powder. And that's going to be, I love the Black Honey by Clinique. And it's with a soft brush. Right here. And my blush has changed, see? Because I'm going up and out, looking at the architectural of my face. Right here. Now, what is blush? Blush is the idea of exercise, a glowiness. Blush is the color of vitality. And then you apply it strategically and inspirationally, just for fun. So I do like the glowiness. While I have you here in the last few minutes, I'm going to remove my Velcro rollers, all the bottom. That was 3. And my hairstyle is really done with my hands. Volume. Now I'm going to spray the top with Big Brew. Love it. It's a texture spray. To me, I like how it smells. I have guests, customers that are like, oh, I don't like that smell. They want more classic smell. So for them, I'll use the Bumble and Bumble texture spray. But your Big Brew by Dry Bar, it's a very summery scent. I always say, it's a vacation scent. Happy scent for me. And again, here it goes. My lip is dry, and I'm just going to peel it. Go down, and I'm careful not to get it wet. It's just that slight difference of having the borders of my lips defined instead of the vertical, see? So it's a less expensive way of, because you can do that with tattooing. And I've also changed my part. So my roots are deepened for the illusion of more depth in my hair. You know, I did all that volume with the Velcro rollers helps a lot to store in the volume, and I can push it up. So this is a shampoo wash day, a blowout day, a set with the Velcro rollers. Today's my day off from work. Tomorrow, I'll probably run flat iron if I sleep crazy, and then a fun headband, head wrap for work. Just always being versatile with your look. And then I am going to finish this off with Nude Honey by Clinique. It's one of my new favorites. And I went with Nude Honey because I've changed my colors and my looks. Okay, so let's recap. It's okay to reinvent yourself. It is so much fun to look at beauty theory and bring it into your daily routine. Hashtag tell our daughters things are going to change, and it's okay. We can change with them. You can go ahead of it. I have a little more hair, which my girls have been talking to me about it. Miss Diana, we can put in a few, and I'm thinking about it. Tracks in your hair just to create a little more density in my hair. I can also do clip-ins. So I can do it at home. And to create more density, I would put a clip in here, and a clip in here and here. That's okay. So you can reinvent yourself. You can change your colors. You can do things the way you see appropriate. Like I'm not doing powder right now. I'm just setting. With a setting spray. Let me leave you with one last amazing truth. I told you about how we will change and collagen will be lost and hormones and all the things. But the look of youth is determined by three main things. So if you take care of these three things, even if you're not a makeup person, but we are all a person, and there are other people looking at you. So your youthfulness is determined by these three things. Balanced eyebrows, whiteness of teeth. And I do this every 10 days. It's just some nice strips, right? Take care of your teeth. Take care of your brows. Brows, they frame your face. They change your look. Teeth determines your health and texture of skin. And freckles is great, but if you and that's a whole trend now. I might be trying some freckles. There's some freckle pencils available, but texture of skin. So I like glowy, and they're smooth. Will also determine your age. So if you have acne, if you have keloids, if you have dark spots, there's things to help assist in the smoothness or texture of skin. So there's different looks and texture of skin. If you don't have contradictory things happening with your skin. And don't forget, here's another thing. Your skin is a live organ, and it is the inside out evidence of how your gut lining is. Is it healthy? So remember, our gut is a beautiful forest, and we need to be feeding it with variable things. That is a truth. Make sure your diet has lots of color. Just be colorful in all ways. All right? So, balanced brows. Take care of your teeth. Texture of skin. And then whatever look you want to go for. Glowy, dewy, glitter, bright, matte, filtered, soft. It's you. Do you. And be okay with reinventing and exploring. Because being grateful for all the other gifted entrepreneurs is the best thing you can do. All right, friends, this is the end. Enjoy.